The Dodge Dart, the underestimated muscle machine that refused to be ignored. A lightweight street brawler that took on the giants of Detroit. And won today. We dive deep into the rise, the muscle era, and the surprising legacy of the legendary Dodge Dart. This isn't just a story about a car. It's a story about an underdog that punched way above its weight. The Dodge Dart didn't start as a muscle car. Not even close. When it first launched in 1960, the Dart was Dodge's answer to a growing demand for smaller, more sensible vehicles. It was a full-size car initially, meant to be practical, affordable, and efficient transportation for the American family. Nothing flashy, nothing aggressive, just a reliable daily driver. It was designed to slot neatly into the Dodge lineup, but nobody could have predicted the transformation that was just around the corner. Its humble beginnings as a family hauler were the perfect cover for the beast that was about to be unleashed. Because while it started simple, things were about to change, and change fast. By the mid-60s, something clicked inside Dodge's engineering department. They looked at the now compact Dart and saw its two biggest advantages. It was light, and its engine bay had enough space for some serious hardware. So, they started experimenting. They began stuffing in bigger engines, starting with small block V8 south like the 273. Suddenly, the Dart wasn't just a grocery getter anymore, it was a sleeper. A lightweight car with a powerful V8 heart. This was the moment the Dart's muscle potential was unlocked. It became a street-legal problem for the competition, a surprising threat that could embarrass bigger, heavier cars at the stoplight. The quiet family car was learning to shout. The real turning point came in 1967 with the introduction of the Dart GTS. This was no longer just an engine option. It was a dedicated performance package. GTS stood for Gran Turismo Sport, and it meant business. Under the hood, you could get a potent 340 cubic inch V8, a brand new engine from Mopar that was specifically designed to be a higher-revving, lightweight powerhouse. The 340 in the light Dart body was a magic formula. It created a car that was incredibly punchy, agile, and quicker off the line than many bigger, more famous muscle cars of the day. The Dart GTS was a budget-friendly street killer, earning its reputation one stoplight race at a time. It was proof that you didn't need a giant car to have giant performance. Then, in 1969, things got even spicier. Dodge doubled down on the affordable performance idea and released the Swinger 340. The name itself was a sign of the times. Fun, a little wild, and unapologetic. The Swinger 340 was designed for the working man's budget. It was cheap to buy, cheap to insure, and with that same fantastic 340 V8, it was nearly impossible to catch on the street. This car was all about bang for your buck. It was a simple, no-frills package that focused on one thing: speed. The Swinger 340 became the ultimate tool for Saturday night burnouts and Sunday morning bragging rights. So it cemented the Dart's identity as the people's champion of muscle. Just when you thought the Dart couldn't get any more attitude, 1971 happened. The Demon arrived. With a small, fastback body and a name that left no doubt about its intentions, the Demon was pure aggression. The top dog model, the Demon 340, was an absolute monster. It was quick, it was brutal, and it was utterly fearless on the drag strip. With optional hood scoops and bold graphics, the Demon looked as mean as it drove. It was the bad boy of the Dart family, a troublemaker that became an instant legend among Mopar fans. This wasn't a car you bought to blend in. It was a car you bought to make a statement, and that statement was usually made in a cloud of tire smoke. All this performance wasn't just for show. The Dodge Dart built its reputation where it mattered most: the quarter mile. From professional NHRA drag racers to weekend warriors at local tracks, drivers quickly discovered the Dart's secret weapon. The simple physics of a powerful engine in a lightweight chassis meant it hit incredibly hard off the line. Darts became a common sight in the winner's circle, often modified and tuned to squeeze out every last bit of power. Car clubs and enthusiasts embraced it as a symbol of pure, unadulterated, and most importantly, affordable speed. The Dart proved you didn't need a huge budget to go fast and win. But with a name like Demon, controversy was almost inevitable. Not everyone was a fan of the devilish branding. After receiving criticism from various religious groups who found the name and its pitchfork-wielding logo to be offensive, Dodge decided to make a change. For the 1973 model year, the Demon was rebranded. It became the Dart Sport. While the name was toned down, the spirit of the car remained. You could still get the 340 V8, you could still get the performance, you could still have all the fun. It was the same great idea, just with a little less fire and brimstone in its marketing. The Dart Sport carried the performance torch forward. But a name change was the least of the muscle car's worries. The mid-1970s brought a perfect storm that would devastate the entire industry. The 1973 oil crisis sent gas prices soaring, making thirsty V8 Souths seem incredibly impractical. At the same time, Insurance companies were hiking up rates for high-performance cars, and the government was imposing much stricter emissions and safety regulations. Power levels dropped across the board as automakers struggled to comply. The era of cheap gas and cheap horsepower was over. For the Dodge Dart and muscle cars everywhere, the party was coming to a close. Even though its production ended in 1976, the Dart never really disappeared. Its story was far from over. A loyal and passionate following kept the legend alive. Drag racers continued to love them for their lightweight structure and easy-to-modify nature. Hot rodders and custom car builders appreciated their simple, rugged mechanics. And as the years went by, collectors started hunting down the surviving the Swinger and Demon models, recognizing their importance in muscle car history. The Dart became the ultimate hero of the underdogs, the sleeper car that nobody expects until it leaves them in the dust. It was a legend that refused to fade away. Then, after decades of being a classic, the Dart nameplate made a surprise return. In 2013, Dodge resurrected the name for an all-new compact car. This new Dart was a completely different modern front-wheel drive and focused on fuel efficiency and technology. It was built for a different era, with a totally different mission. While it didn't have the V8 muscle of its ancestors, its revival served as a powerful reminder of the legendary name it carried, a nod to the small car that once built a giant reputation for Dodge. It was a bridge between the brand's past and its future. The original Dodge Dart was never the biggest muscle car on the street. It wasn't the loudest, and it certainly wasn't the most expensive. But it earned its respect the hard way. The only way that truly matters, by being faster, tougher, and smarter than the cars everyone thought were better. From a sensible family sedan to a drag-strip demon, the Dart was the ultimate automotive underdog. It proved that true greatness isn't about size or price, but about heart and performance. Here's to the Dodge Dart, the fighter, the giant killer, the muscle car underdog that became an undeniable legend. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more automotive deep dives.